Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another exclusive conversation with your host, Mpoki Thompson, in Dar es Salaam at a fintech called Settlo. Now, Settlo offers business solutions to SMEs here in Tanzania and probably beyond. I'm here with the company's general manager, but also the interim chief executive officer, Christian Sariki. Christian, welcome to the Citizen Exclusive.
Thank you very much.
So the fintech space in Tanzania is growing, and at the moment, Settlo is making a lot of buzz, basically for the innovation and how you're helping streamline how businesses, how SMEs in Tanzania are operating. Can you tell us more about Settlo? What is Settlo, and what exactly, how are you developing the SME market in Tanzania?
So Settlo, we are, as you very well put, a business solution company where we use technology to improve the businesses, especially in the SME space. And our focus really is to tap the SME market by building a solution that is streamline the workflows, captures the key or critical data, as well as provide real-time information to business owners that enables them to make an informed business decisions. So data-centric decisions. That is not just the solutions to how the business is done, but no. Beyond that, we want to make sure that all business owners are making decisions that are informed by the data that we've been able to capture from their workflows.
Yeah. Now, you've mentioned about data because we often talk about the data dividend, how that is important in different fields. Now, in the services that you're offering to these different SMEs, can you tell us how do you now monitor the consumer behavior, and then also mapping out the potential markets beyond the current market size that you have at the moment? Tell us about how important, how critical data is to the business landscape in Tanzania right now.
So number one, you need data to know, for instance, to know what products are moving fast in your business. You need data to access finance. From financial institutions. You need data to understand the health of your business. Now, most of the time, you'll find that a lot of businesses have a fragmented set of handwritten notes as their key reference point. Now, with the Settlo business suite or Settlo software or Settlo system, business owners are able to key in the key data set, starting from their sales, to revenues, to inventory, to drilling down to actual product and how they are moving in the market. Now, how is this important? This is important because by knowing what are the products that are moving fast in the market, the business owner can make right investment in terms of the kind of product they can stock. By knowing how your inventory moves, then it's easier to know when so-and-so product runs out. By having the revenue information, the payments that the revenue stream that are coming into your business, you're able to use the same information to go to a financial institution and talk to them regarding financial product that they might have. So we believe there's a lot of potential in those aspects, in those front, by having the critical data, business data, will enable the SMEs be able to access finance from financial institutions, but at the same time, internally, they will be able to make more informed decision on how they run their businesses. To include even expenses. If you don't know your expenses, you might be running a loss-making business. So our system takes holistic approach to a business and streamlines the entire workflow to be based on an informed mindset. Exactly. So you're not just running a business, but you're also running a business while being informed by the data that is coming in. So that is what most of the mainstay of Settlo has been for years and for now.
Okay. So Settlo was established about 4 years ago by two young gentlemen, that is Said and Mohammed. Can you take us through the journey from the moment of inception of Settlo as a business up until today, 2024, we're entering into 2025. How has the journey been, and what does the future look like for Settlo?
So basically, Mr. Mohammed and Said were the original co-founders. One comes from the tech side of things, and the other one comes from the business side of things. So these two gentlemen met, and they created the solution, which was purely record management for businesses, for small businesses. And it started with a demand from a customer, a single customer, saying we need something like this that will help us to maintain our records. We are currently using what we call in Swahili vidaftari to record our expenses, our sales. So that's how it started. So Said being a techie, Mohammed having the business mindset, they started coining up the solution. They started working together. And when I interact with them, they say actually they had no office. So they were actually working from a coffee shop. The next day they work from a bar. The next day and then go back to the customer and say, test this. So that was how they started. And then after one customer came a second customer, came a third customer, so they realized, okay, actually this can be money-making aspect of, their life. So they started working with different types of businesses to create same solution, but putting some patches which are specific to a certain type of business, ranging from retail businesses, wholesale businesses, to hospitality, say restaurant and coffee shops. They started making patches to the main product that they have originally built. So, and then they started getting traction in the market, but also making a buzz in the market. They started participating in events, fintech events, where they would pitch their solution that this is what we are doing for SMEs. And then it happened that there are people who were interested to learn more about the solution they've created. Now, from that point, then people started approaching them and asking, okay, so tell us more how are you making money out of this solution? How is your billing model? How is your solution structured? What's the tech stack and all that kind of things? And then at an inflection point, some investor felt it was something that has the potential to grow into a meaningful business. Then they started discussing on the possibilities of working together, coming on board as in terms of equity or in terms of different structures of investment that they could bring into the business so that it can scale. So mid last year, they started nailing down the details of how things will look like in terms of investment. And then some investors put in equity and started to look at the solution.
The majority stake.
Yes, a majority stake, and started to look at the solution. And the good thing about those who took stake had a vast of experience in financial services. So this being a fintech, they brought a wealth of knowledge around the solution that was already existing. So that's how it kickstarted.
Is the investor's priority getting a return on investment, or investing into a product, into a service that is revolutionizing how SMEs operate? At times when an investor decides to give you money in form of in return for equity, they have also their set plans. They want to get a return on the investment.
Yes.
What do you think, based on, because you're the general manager, what's the priority of the investor?
So the priority of the investor is actually revolutionizing how SME work in Tanzania. Now, there's a breakdown of multiple aspects of how SMEs are operating in Tanzania. So you have a very robust SME market, but at the same time you have financial institution and you have technology. These things are fragmented.
Yeah.
Now, from investors' point of view, the solution that Settlo was presenting to the market was ideal because it streamlines, it improves how SME operate, which means the potential for SME to earn more revenue becomes more prominent in terms when they're using Settlo's solution. So that is number one. Number two is that SME struggle in accessing capital, struggle in accessing different facilities. Now, the solution that Settlo present is a solution that is missing. It's a missing piece that financial institutions are looking for. So the investors into Settlo, knowing these other aspects, they felt like coming on board with more resources will enhance and polish the solution that is there to make it scalable and to bring revolution into the SME space in Tanzania.
Okay, so you talked about how some SMEs or entrepreneurs find it difficult to gain access to capital. Now, how does Settlo work with more established industries such as the banking or the telecom industry to as an intermediary for these SMEs to be able to access loans? So how do you work with banks? How do you work with the telecom companies?
Okay, so basically we have a solution that is data-centric, meaning we capture critical data of the workflow of an SME. So take a merchant. We capture their sales, we capture their inventory, we capture their expenses. These are the critical components for any business. Now, I'll start with the banking, with the financial institution. We are working with one merchant bank. We are actually negotiating and discussing the possibility of a strategic partnership whereby they have merchants, but they have no visibility of their business data. So what we are going to do, what we are bringing to the bank or to the financial institution is a valuable information and insights into the business that they are financing. So we are complementing their effort to not only finance businesses, but financing profitable business. So the data set that we have based on their assessment is the ideal data that is a missing piece in their side. So we are bringing that piece. And by doing so, we are helping them to know not only Mr. Mpoki has a business, but Mr. Mpoki has sold X amount today. Mr. Mpoki has this inventory or merchandise in stock today. We look tomorrow, the inventory has moved. So those kind of information that was a missing part on their side, they find comfort that Settlo has it. In terms of telco, again, similar scenario, just like this one. A lot of telcos have this LIPA number. They've streamlined the way people make payment to different merchants. Now, the data that they have is only one piece, that funds have moved from a mobile wallet into the merchant's account. That is what they have, but they don't know what kind of product was sold.
Yeah.
They don't know how frequent is that product sold. They don't know, a lot of other things around the product that has been transacted. So we come in and complement that. We have the back-end stuff. How is these merchandise that are paid by these LIPA, whatever functionalities with the telco, we come with, actually this payment was for this. So we complement the service that's already existing with the telcos. So what we call ourselves is that we bring the value added services to these mainstream players, meaning the financial institution and the telco. So we bring a lot of insight, a lot of data that enables them to facilitate SME operations in terms of finance, in terms of other resources that the SMEs are looking for. So we are actually stimulating the growth of SME.
Yeah. Now, again, stimulating the growth of SMEs, but also the growth of Settlo as a company. Yeah. How are you managing now to ensure that, because it's 4 years down the line from 2020 to 2024, at times businesses tend to scale too quick, too fast, and they end up failing. You know, they end up compromising the quality of services that they offer to customers. How are you ensuring that Settlo is scaling positively, is continuing to improve the services, but also the products as well?
Yeah. So, number one, we say in a growth spectrum, 3 years you've proven your concept. So we've gone through the 3 years where we believe we have something that is in demand. Then now this is our 4th year, whereby we took a keen interest in looking at what we are doing and whether what we are doing meets the demand that's out there, as well as what we need to improve. So not to be biased, we didn't do it internally. We commissioned a company that looked into our software, looked into our business model, looked at every aspect of what we do, and they came up with a lot of positive on what we are doing and what the future holds. But at the same time, they had some feedbacks on some areas where we needed to improve. So for at least a fair share of time, we deliberated on how are we going to sort of take another leap of faith into being something bigger by looking into the feedbacks that came in, but also looking at the resources that we had, and looking at the infrastructure, the whole system infrastructure, the way it's set, and said, okay, it's a high time we need to do a version 2 of the solution that we had. So then we brought on board people with experience in terms of software development. We brought in more technical expertise in terms of, we are in the fintech space. So we brought financial analysts to look at what we are doing and how it ties it into the financial piece. And then we brought in operational experts to also give us their insight in terms of how best we could scale this solution. So, and then on top of all, we brought in, we've hired a team of quality assurance people who are looking at the quality of the service and product that we are offering to the market. So in terms of growth and sustainability, we feel we are not there yet, but we are somewhere close to there, because we've taken a step back and looked at what we've been doing and how it has evolved and how it needs to evolve in order to meet the demands, in order to capture a larger market share, in order to be able to be a solution, a go-to solution for any merchant, for any SME, for any business in Tanzania, as well as at the same time also for the big guys, the banks, the telcos, because we believe we are not in competition. We are complementing what they are already doing. And for us working together through strategic partnership, we believe we are going to improve the entire ecosystem under which the SME operates.
Okay. So now, how are you addressing the digital literacy gap? Because we understand that Settlo sells products and also services, softwares. You're targeting the middle to high end, but also for all these restaurant owners, all these the shopkeepers, people who own retail shops, they work with other people below them who might want to gain that understanding of how to operate these digital tools and services. How, from a point as a proprietor or as an operator of this business, the digital literacy is a big issue in Tanzania in general. How are you addressing that?
So yeah, the digital literacy is an issue and is actually a challenge. I'll take you a step back a bit. So at first we had a software, a system, a solution that we were offering to the market. But then we realized this solution needs to be carried in a certain equipment. So we started working on the ideal equipment. Now we have 13-inch, 10-inch tablets that we are pushing to the market. So number one, through the electronic devices that we have, we've tried to make our software as user-friendly as possible. So that is a key point. It's very intuitive. It's very user-friendly. So that any person, irrespective of how digitally savvy they are, they can actually interact with the software. But number two, we've created a lot of content for training on how the software works. But number three is that our onboarding process of the customer is very detailed. So when a customer shows interest, what follows is the training that can be done remotely or physically. So we deploy a member of a team, goes to the prospective customer and take them through the software. But at the same time, the other thing is, even before taking that action, we also send the content. We send content. So, okay, so this is very easy to use. This is how it does this. This is what you see. This is what you get in terms of how we operate our system. So we do a lot of that upfront before even onboarding the customer. The other aspect is that we have, with our marketing, promotion, and marketing team, they work on different training resources that we push through our social media platform. All these are aimed at not only to acquire a customer. No, they are also aimed at dealing with the illiteracy, dealing with the being digital savvy. Now, we believe there's a shift right now in the market. A lot of local businesses are online, but I would say caveat, they're online by having a social media page, but they are not digitized. So for us, we find those businesses that are online are our low-hanging fruits, because they've taken the first action of being online, then we come with a solution that complements what they are doing. So that is number one. But again, we are not running away from the hard stuff. We know there's the mangi shop. We know there's, who are not online, but the solution that we are offering is ideal. We deal with them directly through deploying teams to go and work with them physically. And finally, the electronic devices that we are offering, we give it with the content that sort of train on how to use our system. So we are trying different model to bridge the gap. We understand technology adoption can be a challenge, but we believe if the solution is tailored in a way it's user-friendly, then we know, we are confident that the adoption will be easy and the onboarding process will be easy.
Yeah, so as we wrap up, can you tell us what's Settlo's future projection in terms of the strategy, and what would make Settlo work here in the Tanzanian market? What would make it become a more complete success story? What is fundamental?
Number one is the solution itself. We internally we look at ourselves and what we are doing, and assess ourselves in terms of the value we are creating. So we take keen interest from customers' feedback, and from customers' feedback, we have very deep conversation between business and tech teams on what feature are we building. So that is number one, because we are solution oriented. So what will make things tick is the solution itself. If it captures the pain points of the customer, the pain point of the merchant or of the SME market, then we believe we are into something big.
Yeah.
And then also we are looking at other complementary services that are already in existence. We are looking at solutions that are hybrid solutions that are coming with telcos, hybrid solutions that are coming with the banks. You know, like banks were normally brick and mortar in the past, but right now people have banking services at their palm of their hands. Yeah. So we're looking at all these technologies that are evolving right now and seeing how best we fit in and what are the value we are creating in addition to what they've already created. So that's another aspect that we've been very interested at looking at. So we are doing a lot of research and development along these lines. We are a fintech, so we are looking at the banks, the financial system, financial institution, and how they are creating their solution. We're looking at telcos and their solution, and we are looking at our solution and how ties it into the puzzle. And we believe by doing so, then we're able to not only bring a solution that is meaningful to the merchant, but to the entire ecosystem that works with business.
Okay, well, Christian, we'll end on that note. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Okay. Well, that is a wrap for today's episode of The Citizen, exclusive with your host, Mpoke Thompson. Until next time, bye-bye.